Luxury watches can be very mysterious. While a basic watch from an entry-level brand might cost a few $100s or less, a luxury watch from brands like Richard Mille, Patek Philippe, or Rolex can cost hundreds of thousands or even millions. So why are luxury watches so much more expensive than regular watches? Let's take a look at the reasons. It's not the beginning that counts, it's the end. Luxury watches are produced under a different business model than fast fashion products. These luxury watches are all about the quality rather than the quantity. While fast fashion aims at producing more and reducing the cost, luxury watch manufacturers do not rush to produce a watch, but make sure everything is as it should be. This is the kind of detail and workmanship that is evident in luxury watches. In fast fashion, the production is hurried, and this results in poor quality and less emphasis on the finer aspects. In luxury watches, on the other hand, even the most minute of aspects is significant. To a trained luxury watch enthusiast, the quality is easily discernible from the finishes and the workmanship. In every aspect, a luxury watch is a product that demonstrates its worth in the craftsmanship that goes into it. For instance, in the mass-produced watches, the hands may be heated to get the blued look by machines. However, in luxury watches, watchmakers employ more sophisticated techniques, such as electroplating or hand painting for each part of the watch face. This process makes the end product to be of higher quality and beauty as compared to the traditional methods. The materials used in luxury watches are also of a higher standard as compared to the normal watches. Whereas a less expensive watch may have a strap made of calf leather, a luxury watch will have a strap made of alligator leather. These materials not only look better, but also are more durable, which is a plus to the value of the watch. Essentially, you are paying for years of design and knowledge. The concept of detail and design in watchmaking is not achieved by dismantling a competitor's watch and looking for ways to make it cheaper. In the world of fine watches, price and competition are not the main issue. Rather, it is based on creativity, elegance, and the desire to create perfect products, which are impossible in mass production. Watchmaking is an art that is perfected over time and through the love for the craft. It takes years of training and knowledge of the art. For instance, a watch such as the Blancpain 1735 Grand Complication is made of 740 hand-assembled parts. Every part is then fitted by one of the 70 employees who are highly trained to work on the watches and contribute their talent to each creation. This makes it possible for two watches to be different, since the polishing, chamfering, and graining are done manually. When you buy a luxury watch, a significant part of the expense is the time and effort invested in perfecting the craft. It takes thousands of days and weeks for watchmakers to hone their skills and create new and more enchanting inventions. Artisans in this field often trade for over a decade before they are allowed to produce items for sale. This dedication to craftsmanship is what makes luxury watches so special and unique. Each piece is a testament to the watchmaker's skill, creativity, and passion for their art. Complexity is everything. In a world where many industries are simplifying their lines and adopting more efficient, automated systems, watchmaking remains one of the few that celebrates complication and mechanical craftsmanship. The more complex the parts and the mechanisms of the watch, the more it is valued. Every part is made and installed with great care, and each part works as it should without the need for computers or backups. The mechanical ingenuity of watchmaking is seen in functions such as perpetual calendar, moon phase, perpetual calendar chronograph, and chiming. These features have to be built to be very robust so they can work year in and year out. And this has to include the year that has an extra day. To most of us, the level of innovation that has gone into these wonders is unimaginable. And that is why we're willing to spend large amounts of money on timepieces made by master craftsmen. And it might surprise you to find out that gravity has a huge impact on the process. The biggest problem in watchmaking is the impact of gravity on time. And that is where the tourbillon comes into play. Tourbillon translates to whirlwind in French, but in the context of watchmaking, it is a complex mechanism that is used to minimize the effect of gravity on the hairspring of the watch. A tourbillon consists of 40 components that help to compensate for the influence of gravity and enhance the timepiece's precision. This is a clear indication that the art of watchmaking is well developed and that the watches are well made. The least expensive Swiss-made watch with the tourbillon was the Tag Heuer Carrera Heuer OT2 of 2016. Even this entry-level tourbillon was priced at $15,000, which proves the worth and the elegance of having such a complication in a watch. But small runs means high costs. Just like fashion brands such as Supreme, there's a strong culture of limited runs in watchmaking. This creates a sense of exclusivity and scarcity, giving the market only a small chance to obtain a coveted watch, which drives up the price. For example, in 1991, if you wanted to buy a Rolex Daytona, you had to add your name to a 6-year waiting list. This frenzy was fueled after Rolex stopped production of the Daytona for 3 years, and when it returned, there was a mad rush to get the watch. Some watchmakers produce only a limited number of watches each year. Beauvais, for instance, makes just 2,000 watches annually. Patek Philippe, with 180 years of watchmaking history, has produced less than 1 million watches in total. This approach for making small runs results in much higher overheads because there is no production line involved. And the handmade nature of these watches limits the number of units that can be produced each day. Scaling up production while maintaining the same quality standards is simply not possible. The more intricate the design of a watch, the longer it takes to make. This anticipation and waiting period add to the allure and perceived value of a luxury watch, making a $100,000 price tag feel justified. And just like the hands on a watch, you can't rush the process of engineering a new feature or complication, as they are correctly referred to in watchmaking. The process is highly involved and often passed down from one watchmaker to the next. If a watchmaker cannot solve a particular challenge in their lifetime, the task is handed down to the next generation, continuously building on the work. Each part of a complication must be smaller and thinner to fit more features into a watch, pushing the boundaries of precision. The goal is to shave off microseconds of discrepancies, achieving the highest level of accuracy. Once the movement is finally perfected, it is placed into a watch that is produced to a limited run. All those hours of meticulous work and craftsmanship must be reflected in the price tag to make it a worthwhile venture for the watchmakers. This dedication to perfection and innovation is what makes luxury watches so special and valuable. And of course, no luxury is spared in the materials. Corner cutting is not part of the culture when it comes to luxury watches. Instead, watchmakers strive to add the most premium and luxurious finishes possible to their timepieces. Materials like gold, diamonds, and mother of pearl are not simply plated on as afterthoughts. They are integral parts of the design, carefully engineered into the watch. For instance, the Graf Diamond's hallucination is adorned with 110 carats of rare diamonds and was sold for an astounding $55 million. This one-of-a-kind watch exemplifies the opulence and craftsmanship that goes into creating luxury timepieces. So when you're investing in luxury items, what matters most to you? Do you think the prices of luxury watches are justified? And would you wait 6 years on a waiting list for a watch? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.